there and welcome back. This is going to be episode 1 of our podcast. I decided to call this a podcast because, it's not really a tutorial and it's more like what's going on in my crochet life. So we will call it Stay Calm and Crochet Podcast. Welcome. This is episode 1. Let's get started. So, okay, let's see. In this podcast, I will show you what's going on, what I'm working on, what I'm maybe preparing for the month, maybe what are my finished products, my finished items that I did. And we'll talk about all kinds of crochet related topics. So today we are November, beginning of November. So I have some plans for this month and that I want to share with you. One of my plans is finishing this design that I'm working on. I usually do design shawls and scarves and tops, simple rectangle tops, cardigans, maybe some hats and some gloves, but not so much home pieces like, things for the house. And I decided that I wanted to make a pillow cover. So I came up with this design, which I really, really like. If you can see it, it's using the bubble stitch here in the middle and rounds of front post half double crochet. And it came out really nice. But then I thought, okay, what am I going to do on the back? Because I don't want to do the same bubbles on the back. So I decided I will do just, a normal half double crochet back. But it's done. But I have to unravel it because I didn't count my stitches right. And this didn't come up as a square, really. It's a square, but it's kind of has different dimensions. So I have to unravel the back and do it all over again. Because I decided, like a few months ago, that it doesn't matter what I think, what I feel about unraveling, which is so annoying. But what matters is that the piece and the pattern and my design is accurate, and it's also something that I, of course, feel good about it, and I love it, and it looks as I thought it will look. So I get over the feeling that it's so annoying to unravel and frog and and everything, and I just put myself in front of something, like maybe doing this video, or maybe watching some Netflix, or talking to my husband, or talking to somebody. And so I don't, because it's just unraveling, so I don't have to look at it really. I just have to do these motions with my hands. So, it's done and that's it. And then I feel so much better that my projects and my patterns and everything I do comes up exactly as I want it to be, and with no mistakes in the middle, and no, little tweaks and things. If you follow me for a while, so you would know that I'm not the kind of person that likes to do everything very, very, very exact, like counting all the stitches and maybe one stitch more, one stitch less. I'm not that, but I need the piece to be, you know, okay. I need it to not that you will need to stretch something, or not that you will need to, it wouldn't look, not perfect, but it wouldn't look good. It wouldn't look great as I want it to be. I think our lives are not perfect. Nobody is perfect, and I'm certainly not perfect. So my work is not perfect as well. I'm not aiming to do a perfect work. I'm aiming to do beautiful work, and work that anybody can do, because I think, you know, crocheting is such a wonderful craft that I want people to feel good about it, and that they want to try it and not be afraid that if they don't do exactly so, something will go wrong. So this is what I'm doing now, and if you can see, I'm almost done just by talking to you and talking in front of the camera. So yeah, unraveling, it's not so bad. Even if you have to unravel a whole piece because you don't like it, so this is what it's going to be. I want to show you another piece that I'm working on now, which also went through some unraveling, and it became something completely different. If you watched my last video, I will put the link here, where I talked about why we crochet and the top 5 reasons why we decide to go to this beautiful craft of ours. So I was crocheting there a hexagon cardigan with this beautiful yarn that I got, and I was already, I think, halfway finishing my first half. You know, when you make an hexagon, so you make one half and then you make the other half, and then you join them in the back and all these things and make the sleeves. And I was already had one half and I was working on the sleeve. But then I realized a few things. I realized that I will not have enough yarn to finish the whole piece in the colors that I wanted. I will not have enough yarn. And if I will not have enough yarn, so I will have to go and maybe make it shorter or smaller, or maybe use a different kind of color yarn, something I didn't want to do. I looked at it, I put it away for a few days, and then I went back to it and looked at it again and said, okay, no, you have to stick to your head and what's going on and what you think about it. And if you think it's not good enough, that's it, unravel it. So I sat down like I'm here now, and I just unraveled everything. It was half cardigan done, all right? And then I came up with another idea what to do with this yarn, and I thought about a completely different design. This is it, I finished. So I will start making this back part of this for this, how do you call it? Pillow cover? Is that the name? Do you call the pillows on your sofa pillows? Cushions? I don't know, maybe there is another name in English. So I will start this one. And I have here what I started, what I decided to do with that yarn that I was using for the cardigan. I unraveled everything, and then I went got myself this book, okay? There is another episode, another video I did about this book, and I explained how I use it and what I'm doing with this project. But I decided to do a different project completely, and it's going to be a shawl. And you probably saw it already in the last video. I talked about this a lot and about this pattern and everything. But I just wanted to show you that this was for a little while a hexagon cardigan, and it became a shawl. That's it. This is what happens when you're not satisfied with your work. You have to let it go. Just let it go. So this is what I'm working on now. This is my project for now. These are my two projects that I'm working on now. And you know, this is my small business of crochet. So I have my patterns on Ravelry, just Ravelry. So I have my patterns on Ravelry, and I'm doing this YouTube channel with the podcast, and I am going to add some things for my business that I will announce shortly. But I have a workshop that is coming up next week, November 7th, I think. I don't know when this will upload, but since November 7th, there is a workshop where you will learn how to measure yourself, gauge, and calculate how many stitches you need to make your perfect top. Because as I said, I am not the kind of person that, you know, goes by the book and by the pattern, and everything has to have the exact number of everything. But when you're working at top, you need to know your calculations, you need to know your measurements. And each and every one of us has a different body. I measured myself, and then I went to the standard measurements, and I looked up the numbers, and it turned out that for some parts of my body I am large, for some parts I'm extra large, for some parts I'm medium. So if I would go to a pattern and look for a pattern for my size, and all the patterns, all the written patterns have like from extra small to 5XL, and all the numbers and everything, what would I choose? I don't know. So I think we need to know our measurements and then calculate the number of stitches that we need for our body. So in that workshop, I teach you exactly how to do it. I will put a link in the description here below where you can sign up for that workshop. It's a paid workshop, but it's packed with all this information, and I think it will help so many of you who want to start working a top, a garment, but are so afraid because of all these calculations. So this is what I'm working on for the month of November. I'm having this project, this shawl. I still don't know how I will call it, but I love this yarn and I love this color combination. And I have this pillow cover case, pillow cushion, back part to finish. And I also have another pattern, another scarf that I already made, but I haven't written the pattern yet. I haven't published the pattern yet, so I have to publish that pattern. So I think I have enough work for the whole month. But I will keep you posted in our next episode. So this was episode 1 of our podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, and please subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the podcast, and give a thumbs up so more people can come. You can tell your friends to come and watch this. It will help my channel quite a bit because this is a new channel, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.